18 car dealerships across America are shutting down right now. Not downsizing, not rebranding, shutting down permanently and dumping brand new trucks and SUVs at prices so low, the manufacturers are pretending it is not happening. Some of these lots have vehicles that have been sitting for over a year. The banks want their floor plan money back. The factories do not care. And the deals showing up at these going out of business sales are unlike anything I have ever seen in this market. I'm about to walk you through all 18, show you exactly why each one failed, and explain how you might be able to grab a brand new vehicle for $10, $15, even $20,000 below sticker before these lots go dark for good. Let's get right into it. Number 18. A Ram dealership outside of San Antonio, Texas just locked its doors after 28 years. The reason is painfully simple. Too many trucks, not enough buyers. Stellantis kept shipping 1500s and 2500s to this lot, whether the owner wanted them or not. By late 2024, Ram dealers nationwide were sitting on a 142-day supply. That is almost 5 months of unsold trucks. The industry average is around 60 days. This dealer had 3 model years parked on an overflow lot he was renting from a church down the road. Every single truck was financed on a floor plan, which means he was paying interest on vehicles nobody was walking in to buy. He tried everything: radio ads, weekend tent sales, free bedliners with every purchase. Did not matter. When your sticker price starts at $58,000 on a half-ton truck that cost $42,000 5 years ago, free accessories are not going to fix that. He is liquidating everything at invoice or below. Some Rams are marked down $12,000 and still barely moving. The owner told a local paper he blames Stellantis for flooding his lot and then blaming him for not selling fast enough. And honestly, I think he's right. That is like filling someone's garage with furniture they never ordered and then charging them storage fees. Number 17. 2 Nissan dealerships in California's Bay Area shut down on the exact same day, July 25, 2025. North Bay Nissan in Petaluma had been open since 1997 with 55 employees. Vallejo Nissan on Sonoma Boulevard had been running since 2018. Both gone in a single Friday. And this was not some local management problem. Nissan as a company posted a $4.5 billion loss in one fiscal year. They announced 20,000 layoffs worldwide. Roughly 38% of Nissan's American dealers were operating at a loss in the first half of 2024. Think about that for a second. More than a third of every Nissan store in this country was bleeding money. The Petaluma location sent customers to Nissan of Vacaville, about 45 minutes away. The Vallejo location is being converted into a Hyundai store, which tells you everything about where the brand momentum actually is right now. And those two were not even the only ones. Nissan of Burlingame closed in May. Antioch Nissan shut down in January. The Bay Area lost 4 Nissan rooftops in 7 months. A Nissan executive reportedly told media the company had 12 to 14 months to survive. Whether that was dramatic or honest, the dealerships dropping off the map suggest it was closer to honest. And if Nissan is struggling this badly, wait until you see what General Motors did to its own Buick dealers. Because this next one is not about a failing company. It is about a company that intentionally shrank itself. Number 16. A Buick dealership in southern Indiana that had been in the same family for 3 generations just sold its franchise back to General Motors and closed permanently. The owner did not go bankrupt. He was not mismanaged. He simply looked at what GM was asking him to spend and said no. General Motors required every Buick dealer to invest at least $300,000 in EV chargers, diagnostic tooling, and technician training to keep selling the brand. Buick plans to go fully electric by 2030, and this dealer's average customer was 67 years old. He was selling maybe 12 to 15 vehicles a month in a town of 9,000 people. The math did not work, and he knew it. So he took the buyout. And he was not alone. Nearly 1,000 Buick dealers, roughly 47% of the entire network, did the exact same thing. Buick went from about 2,000 franchises to 745. Almost half the dealer network just walked away. The dealers who left represented about 20% of Buick's pre-buyout sales volume, which means GM essentially told a fifth of its own sales channel to go home. The building in Indiana is sitting empty now. Might become a tire shop, might get torn down. Either way, another small-town dealership gone because a boardroom in Detroit decided that a 67-year-old retiree in Indiana needs an electric SUV. I am not against electric vehicles, but when you force a dealer to spend $300,000 chasing a customer who does not exist in his market, you are not transitioning. You are just eliminating the guy who was actually doing the job. Number 15. A Ford dealership in upstate New York that had been a community fixture for 90 years just went dark. 90 years. That is not a business, that is a family legacy. 3 generations of the same family selling trucks and cars to the same families, sometimes 4 generations deep on the buyer side too. The owner had employees who had been there for over 2 decades. Mechanics who knew every truck in the county by name. And Ford kept raising the bar on what it cost to stay in the game. Their Model E certified program required dealers to invest anywhere from $500,000 to $1.2 million depending on the tier. For a rural store selling maybe 20 vehicles a month, that kind of investment does not pay for itself in a lifetime. Ford also terminated over 50 retail dealers at the start of 2025 as part of a broader plan to halve their network. The owner said it was time. His long-term staff got displaced, the showroom went quiet, and a town that had been buying Fords from the same family since the 1930s now has to drive 45 minutes to the nearest dealer for a warranty oil change. This is the part that gets lost in the headlines about EV mandates and restructuring. Real people in real towns lose real jobs. The parts guy who coached Little League, the receptionist who knew every customer by name. They do not get a seat at the table when Ford decides fewer, bigger dealerships are the future. They just get a handshake and a last paycheck. And those big corporate dealerships that replace them, they are not sponsoring the local baseball team. They are not lending a courtesy car to the pastor whose van broke down. They are running profit formulas from a regional office and treating every customer like a transaction number. But wait until you hear what happened with number 14, because this one did not even get a warning. Number 14. A Hyundai dealership in Seaside, California closed with 2 days' notice right before Christmas of 2025. 2 days. Employees drove the last vehicles out of the showroom on December 12th. Workers reportedly got about $1,100 in severance. That is less than a week's pay for most of them. The store had been owned since 2019 by Premier Automotive, a Louisiana-based group with over 30 locations across the country. So this was not some struggling independent. This was a corporate-backed franchise that still decided it was not worth keeping open. And the fallout went beyond the employees. Auto sales make up 45% of the city of Seaside's total sales tax revenue. The city manager publicly warned about a measurable impact on the local budget. One dealership closes, and an entire city feels it in their bank account. That is wild. Employees blamed tariff uncertainty, the loss of EV tax credits, and the area's preference for luxury brands over Hyundai. But regardless of the reasons, the way it happened tells you everything about how this industry treats the people on the showroom floor. 2 days' notice, right before the holidays. Merry Christmas, you are unemployed. And honestly, if a 30-store corporate group is pulling the plug on a Hyundai franchise, one of the hottest brands in the country right now, what does that tell you about the margins in this business? Nothing good. Number 13. The first franchised VinFast dealership in the entire country, Leith VinFast in Cary, North Carolina, announced it was shutting down sales by December 31st of 2025. The first one in, already on the way out. VinFast came into America swinging with massive ambitions, promising hundreds of dealerships and a full lineup of electric vehicles from Vietnam. What they actually delivered was software glitches, inconsistent build quality, and a brand that nobody at a backyard barbecue had ever heard of. The dealer invested in the franchise, built out the space, hired and trained staff on a completely new product ecosystem that did not exist in the American market 6 months earlier. And the buyers just did not show up. You can spend $1 billion on marketing, but if the guy next door has never seen one of your cars in a parking lot, you are fighting uphill with roller skates on. American car buyers are creatures of habit. They buy what their neighbor bought, what their coworker recommended, what they see in their gym parking lot every morning. VinFast had none of that. VinFast's broader American expansion reversed hard, with multiple franchised stores closing as the sales numbers cratered. Resale values were a mystery because there was no used market to compare against. Lenders did not know how to underwrite the loans. Insurance companies had no claims data to price the policies. The entire ecosystem that supports a car brand in this country simply did not exist for VinFast. And the dealer in Cary paid the price for believing the corporate pitch. If that sounds rough, it is about to get worse. Because the next 7 entries on this list are not startups trying to break in. They are established American brands eating themselves alive. Number 12. A Mitsubishi dealer in the Midwest that had been hanging on by a thread for 18 months finally gave up after losing $80,000 a month. $80,000 on a single store. That is nearly $1 million a year just vanishing from one location. Automotive News reported that 4 out of 15 Mitsubishi dealers in one Midwest region closed within a single year. And the numbers behind it are brutal. The average Mitsubishi dealer made just $434,000 in net profit for all of 2024, with margins collapsing to under 1%. One dealer told reporters he was losing $300 to $400 on every new car he sold. How do you survive selling a product at a loss? You do not. And it gets worse. 80% of new Mitsubishis sitting on dealer lots were leftover 2024 models, averaging 97 days on the lot. That is a month longer than the industry average. The Mirage got discontinued, pulling what little volume traffic the brand had left. Mitsubishi's average sticker price climbed 22% since 2020, while incentives dropped 26%. So they raised prices, cut the deals, and then wondered why the lots stayed full. This particular dealer is converting his building into an independent used car lot because the franchise fees and corporate requirements do not make sense when you are moving fewer than 10 new units a month. His liquidation had Outlanders going for $9,000 below sticker and Eclipse Crosses discounted $8,000. But even at those prices, the foot traffic was minimal. The Korean brands murdered Mitsubishi's value proposition. When a buyer can get a Tucson or Sportage with a 10-year powertrain warranty for similar money, Mitsubishi has nothing to say back. That is the Mitsubishi problem in a nutshell. The deals are incredible. Nobody knows to look, and the ones who do look buy a Hyundai instead. Subscribe if you have ever suspected that the people running these car companies have never actually had to buy one of their own products at full price. Because what I am about to show you next gets a whole lot worse. Number 11. A Chevrolet dealership in rural Georgia that served the same farming community for over 40 years just sold to a mega dealer group from out of state after General Motors' EV upgrade demands made it impossible to continue as a family operation. The owner's grandson was supposed to take over. He looked at the numbers and walked away. GM wanted this store to invest over $2 million in charging infrastructure, facility renovations, and EV-certified technician training. This dealer was selling 30 vehicles a month in a county where the main employer is a chicken processing plant. His customers drove Silverados to job sites and bought Equinoxes for their wives. Nobody was asking for an electric truck. Nobody was asking for a Blazer EV. But GM treated him the same as a dealer in suburban Atlanta moving 200 units a month. Same investment requirements, same facility standards, same timeline. The family decided to sell rather than go into debt chasing a customer that does not exist in their zip code. The mega dealer group that bought it immediately cut staff, consolidated parts inventory with their other locations, and turned the service department into a profit extraction machine with higher labor rates. The locals who used to get a handshake and a fair deal from a guy they went to church with are now dealing with a corporate call center and a $40 diagnostic fee just for plugging in a code reader. And this is happening everywhere. NADA data shows that 91% of dealer operators owned 5 or fewer stores as of 2025, down from 95% a decade earlier. Meanwhile, the top 150 dealer groups now sell 27% of all new vehicles in the country. The dealer count stays the same on paper. The experience for the customer gets worse, and the small-town families who built these businesses over generations get replaced by spreadsheets and quarterly earnings calls. Number 10. An Alfa Romeo dealership on Stevens Creek Boulevard in San Jose, California, one of the biggest Alfa stores in all of Silicon Valley, stopped taking service appointments on January 29th and shut down within a week. This was not some tiny independent. This was an AutoNation location. One of the largest dealer groups in the country decided Alfa Romeo was not worth keeping open. And you can see why when you look at the numbers. Stelvio sales dropped 32% year-over-year heading into the brand's supposed relaunch. Alfa Romeo's US dealer count is sitting around 105 outlets, and it keeps shrinking. Stores in Westlake Village, Santa Barbara, and Sacramento all closed within the same 12-month window. Owners on enthusiast forums described Northern California's Alfa network as decimated. One dealer in San Rafael reportedly had only 6 new vehicles on its entire lot, and most of them were 2022 models. The products are legitimately fun to drive. Nobody argues that. But when your electrical system throws codes every 6 months and the nearest authorized service center is now an hour and a half away because your dealer just closed, the fun drains out pretty fast. This is the Italian car problem in America. The passion lasts until the first repair bill, and then it lasts until the second dealer in your area closes and you realize you are on your own. Number 9. Lincoln has been quietly cutting its dealer network at a pace that would be front-page news if anyone actually paid attention to Lincoln. They closed about 100 stores in 2023, then another 100 in 2024. That is 200 dealerships gone in 2 years. The brand went from 685 dealerships in 2021 to a target of around 400. A Lincoln dealership in a mid-sized Tennessee city that had been selling navigators and aviators for over 20 years was part of that wave. The owner told his staff on a Monday and was closed by Friday. No extended liquidation period, no going out of business sale, just done. Lincoln's strategy is to cluster around the 130 largest luxury markets in the country. If you do not live in or near a major metro area, Lincoln essentially told you that you are not their customer anymore. And that is a weird message to send from a brand that was literally named after Abraham Lincoln, a guy who built his reputation on serving everybody. The dealer in Tennessee tried positioning Lincoln's quiet luxury angle against BMW and Mercedes. He thought the subdued elegance would attract buyers tired of aggressive German styling. It did not. Luxury buyers do not want quiet. They want everyone at the country club to know what they spent. That is just how the psychology works, whether we like it or not. His aviators sat while customers drove to Nashville for X7s. His Corsairs gathered dust while shoppers picked GLC models. He is liquidating everything left. Corsairs marked down 16,000. Aviators going for 23,000 below sticker. Navigators discounted over 20,000 on trucks that are genuinely world-class luxury vehicles. At those prices, Lincoln is not just competitive, it is a steal. But the fact that it takes a going-out-of-business sale to reach competitive pricing tells you everything about where the brand went wrong. The products are excellent. The pricing strategy? Ignored who was actually buying. Number 8. A Chrysler dealer in Central Ohio that sold nothing but Pacificas is closing. Because you cannot run a business on one minivan. Chrysler as a brand has exactly one product. 1. The Pacifica. That is the entire lineup. This dealer took over the franchise 6 years ago thinking minivans were underserved and the Pacifica was a solid product. Both things were true, neither mattered. Minivans represent less than 2% of total vehicle sales in this country. His facility costs, payroll, advertising, and floor plan financing were all sized for a normal dealership doing 15 to 20 sales a month. He averaged 7. Some months, 4. One brutal month, he sold 2. The math never worked, but he kept waiting for Chrysler to announce new products. Stellantis executives kept promising electric Chryslers and brand reinvention and next-generation mobility solutions, while he sat there with a dozen minivans in different colors. Meanwhile, Jeep and Ram dealers down the street had full lineups and actual traffic. He is liquidating everything at cost. Pacifica Tourings discounted $11,000, Limiteds going for $14,000 off, hybrids at $16,000 below sticker. These are genuinely excellent minivans at incredible prices, but you cannot keep the lights on selling 7 cars a month, no matter how good those 7 cars are. He is leaving the business entirely, saying the franchise model is broken when the manufacturer gives you one product and expects you to survive on it. Number 7. A Cadillac dealership in suburban Detroit, right in GM's own backyard, is closing because the brand abandoned the customers who kept it alive for decades. This dealer served Cadillac loyalists for over 30 years. People who bought DeVilles and Sevilles and Escalades, customers who valued comfort, size, and American craftsmanship. Then Cadillac decided to chase BMW and went European. The cars got smaller, firmer, sportier. Traditional Cadillac buyers hated it. Conquest buyers from German brands were not convinced. And then came the electric push, which made everything worse. 150 Cadillac dealers, about 17% of the entire network, took buyouts of $300,000 to $1 million rather than invest $200,000 in EV readiness. This dealer held on, hoping the Lyriq would bring in younger buyers. It did not. His traditional customers do not want electric vehicles. They want big, comfortable sedans with V8 engines. Cadillac does not make those anymore, and the EV shoppers he was trying to attract just cross-shopped Tesla and never came back. He is now dumping everything. CT5s discounted $18,000, Escalades going for $22,000 below sticker on models that used to sell above MSRP. His Lyriq allocation sat on the lot for months because neither his old customers nor his new targets wanted it. Call me old-fashioned, but when a car company has to pay its own dealers $1 million to keep selling the brand, something has gone fundamentally wrong with the product strategy. Number 6. An Infiniti dealership in the suburbs of Cincinnati that spent a fortune on a luxury showroom remodel is closing because Infiniti as a brand is evaporating in real time. And the numbers on this one are staggering. Infiniti sold just 58,000 vehicles for all of 2024, down over 10% from the year before. To put that in perspective, Toyota sells more RAV4s in a single month than Infiniti sells across its entire lineup in a quarter. Their 197 standalone dealerships were averaging just 24 sales per month each. That is less than 1 car a day. The QX50 and QX55 are both being killed after the 2025 model year, which shrinks an already thin lineup even further. And Infiniti is now forcing dealers to co-locate inside Nissan showrooms with separate entrances and waiting areas, which feels a lot like a brand being demoted to a trim level. This dealer invested heavily in the facility upgrades Infiniti mandated just a few years earlier. Premium materials, separate delivery bays, luxury lounge areas. Hundreds of thousands of dollars spent making the store look like a proper luxury experience. He achieved no return on any of it. His QX60S sat while customers bought Acura MDXS. His Q50S gathered dust while buyers chose BMW 3 Series. Infiniti products are objectively competitive on paper, but the brand carries zero emotional weight in the real world. Nobody dreams about owning an Infiniti. Nobody feels accomplished driving one. You do not see a QX60 in a driveway and think that guy made it. Dealership valuation firms now put Infiniti's blue sky value at $0 to $2 million, among the lowest of any luxury franchise in the country. He is liquidating QX60s at $16,000 below MSRP and Q50s at $12,000 off. At those prices, they are a genuine steal. But even massive discounts are not creating urgency because bargain hunters do not even know to look here. Infiniti has become the invisible brand in a segment where visibility is the entire point.
Number 5. A Jeep dealership in Colorado Springs that built its entire reputation around Wrangler culture and off-road adventures is closing after Stellantis quality problems destroyed the one thing a Jeep dealer cannot afford to lose: customer trust. This dealer outfitted Wranglers and Gladiators for mountain trails and desert runs. He was the go-to guy in the region for lift kits, bumper upgrades, and trail-ready packages. Then the base vehicle started breaking before customers could even bolt on aftermarket parts. Stellantis issued fire risk recalls on the Wrangler 4xe and Grand Cherokee 4xe 3 separate times, including one in late 2025 covering 320,000 plug-in hybrids. The advisory literally told owners to park outside and stop charging. His service bays filled up, but not in a good way. Warranty repairs paid less than customer work, and Stellantis kept denying claims that were clearly factory defects. Q4 of 2025 alone saw Stellantis issue 14 recalls covering more than 8.6 million vehicles. His sales staff spent more time explaining recall notices than selling trucks. Informed buyers were researching reliability scores online before walking in, and current Jeep numbers scared them away before they ever sat in a seat. The owner admitted openly that he would not buy the products he was trying to sell. And once a dealer loses faith in his own inventory, it is only a matter of time. Everything must go within 60 days. Wranglers marked down $15,000. Gladiators discounted $17,000. Grand Cherokees going for $13,000 off. Prices drop every week until the lot is empty. And that is a Jeep dealership, one of the most recognizable brands in the world, closing because it cannot stand behind what it sells. If that does not bother you, the next one will. Because this is not about quality problems or brand failure. This is about pure legal chaos. Number 4. A Volkswagen dealership in Schenectady, New York collapsed into a legal mess so tangled that it would take a lawyer a week just to read the court filings. This store was part of a 10 dealership acquisition by a dealer named Wally Darwish, who bought the old Fuccillo Automotive Group locations back in 2022. And if that name sounds familiar to anyone in upstate New York, it should. Fuccillo was one of the most recognizable names in the region's car business. Darwish bought the empire. Within 3 years, 7 of the 10 stores had been closed or sold. Ford pulled his franchise rights. Volkswagen sued. Potamkin Automotive got involved. Multiple courts in multiple states were handling pieces of the fallout simultaneously. The Schenectady Volkswagen location got caught in the middle of a corporate knife fight that had nothing to do with selling Tiguans or Atlases to local families. Customers who bought cars there found themselves without warranty service or a clear answer about who was responsible for their vehicle. Think about that. You finance a $50,000 car from a franchise dealership, and 6 months later nobody can tell you where to take it for a warranty repair. And this is not even a case of a bad brand. Volkswagen's products have improved significantly. The Tiguan and Atlas sell reasonably well nationwide. But when ownership disputes, franchise lawsuits, and corporate power struggles land on top of a single rooftop, the customers are the ones who get hurt. The remaining 2 Darwish stores finally sold in December of 2025, renamed and rebranded under new ownership. But the damage was done. Trust in that location evaporated, and the community that relied on it got caught in a fight between corporate lawyers that had nothing to do with selling cars. But these last 3 make everything else on this list look like a minor inconvenience. Number 3. A Stellantis dealership in Paris, Maine, a small town about an hour northwest of Portland, was physically seized by its bank in April of 2025 after approximately 60 years in business. Think about that. 60 years. This store watched the moon landing, survived every recession since the 1960s, made it through the 2008 financial crisis, and even managed to stay open through COVID.
and it got killed by floor plan debt in 2025. Oxford County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram owed $4.4 million against an inventory valued at just $946,000. That gap is catastrophic. Rockland Trust Company got a court order on April 3rd and the doors were locked. 40 employees across sales, service, parts, and body shop lost their jobs without any warning. Nobody got a meeting, nobody got a heads up. The bank showed up, and the building was sealed. A customer named Peggy Tripp had brought her Jeep in for repair on April 1st. 2 days later, the dealership was padlocked with her vehicle inside. She eventually used a spare key fob and a wrecker to get her own car out of a building that had been seized by a bank. Just picture that for a second. You drop your car off for a brake job on a Tuesday, and by Thursday, the entire dealership is locked behind a chain-link fence with your vehicle trapped inside. That is not an exaggeration. That happened. And it happened because Stellantis flooded the market with inventory nobody could sell at the prices they demanded, the dealer went into debt to carry it, and the bank pulled the plug. 60 years of business, 40 jobs, and one woman trying to get her own Jeep back. All gone in one court order. And if that story made you angry, this next one should make you furious. Because this was not just incompetence. This was allegedly criminal. Number 2. Tricolor Auto Holdings, a Dallas-based chain that was once the 7th largest independent used car operation in America, did not just close, it imploded. And it took billions of dollars down with it. On September 4th of 2025, Tricolor shut down most of its locations across Texas, Arizona, California, and the Midwest. Over 60 stores went dark almost overnight. 6 days later, the company filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Not Chapter 11, which is a restructuring where you try to survive. Chapter 7, which means full liquidation. The company is dead, sell everything, and divide whatever is left. Court filings showed assets and liabilities each between $1 billion and $10 billion, with more than 25,000 creditors. Over 1,000 employees were put on unpaid leave with no severance and no timeline. Imagine showing up to work on a Thursday and finding out the doors are locked, your employer does not exist anymore, and nobody can tell you when your last paycheck is coming. And the banking fallout was massive. Fifth Third Bank took a $170 to $200 million impairment charge. JP Morgan Chase lost $170 million. Barclays disclosed additional exposure. Origin Bank reported over $30 million in commitments. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon told investors that, in his opinion, fraud was clearly involved, and that when you see one cockroach, there are probably more. Pretty wild quote coming from the CEO of the biggest bank in America. In December of 2025, federal prosecutors unsealed an indictment charging Tricolor's founder and CEO, Daniel Chu, with conspiring to defraud lenders of billions, including double pledging the same vehicles as collateral to multiple banks. A court-appointed trustee described the operation as pervasive fraud of extraordinary proportion. And the people who got hurt the worst? Tens of thousands of subprime customers across 6 states who are now holding loan contracts on cars whose dealership no longer exists. Some had their vehicles repossessed despite being current on payments because the lender, not the dealer, held the title and the entire financial structure collapsed underneath them. These are people with limited credit options who went to Tricolor because they had nowhere else to go. And now they are losing the cars they were still paying for. If that does not scare you about the used car market, nothing will.
Number 1. The one that ties all of this together. And it is not a single dealership. It is an entire brand family. In 2024, Stellantis dealers across America staged what amounted to an open revolt against their own manufacturer. The Stellantis National Dealer Council, led by Chairman Kevin Farish, sent CEO Carlos Tavares an open letter accusing him of rapid degradation of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. That is not a strongly worded suggestion.
That is a dealer network telling its own corporate parent that you are destroying everything we built. Stellantis' US market share reportedly fell from 12% to 6%. Half. Dealer profits crashed to what the Detroit News called Great Recession-era lows. 75 CDJR dealership transactions happened in 2024 alone, more than any other brand, with most sold at distressed valuations. Dealers were getting out at any price, just to stop the bleeding. Tavares resigned in December of 2024 after the pressure became unsustainable, and the damage kept spreading into 2025 and 2026. Carvana, the online used car company, started buying up abandoned Stellantis locations at bargain prices, picking up 7 stores across Arizona, Texas, California, Georgia, Massachusetts, and Ohio for over $160 million. Think about what that means. An online used car company that almost went bankrupt itself is now buying up franchised new car dealerships because traditional dealers cannot afford to keep them open. That is not consolidation. That is a fire sale of an entire retail channel. A brand new Stellantis CEO named Antonio Filosa showed up at the 2026 NADA show in Las Vegas, promising an 8% market share recovery and swearing that Chrysler and Dodge would not be shut down despite months of speculation. But for the dealers who already closed, already lost their life savings, already watched 40- and 50-year family businesses get sold for pennies on the dollar, those promises are just words from a new face standing behind the same podium. I want to be clear about something. The vehicles are not the problem. The Rams are solid trucks. The Wranglers are iconic. Even the Pacifica is a genuinely good minivan. But you cannot strangle your own dealer network with overproduction, underperforming quality control, and corporate arrogance and then act surprised when the whole thing caves in. That is not a market correction. That is a self-inflicted wound. And every single dealership on this list, all 18 of them, is bleeding. Because the people who build the cars stopped listening to the people who sell them. The franchise model was supposed to protect dealers from exactly this kind of corporate abuse. Instead, it became the mechanism that trapped them in a sinking ship with no way out. These are not bad business people. These are experienced professionals who followed the rules, invested millions, served their communities, and got crushed by manufacturers who treated them like expendable middlemen. When a dealer can sell a brand new truck for $15,000 below sticker and still cover his costs, that tells you the vehicle was overpriced the day it rolled off the factory line. These closures are a disaster for the owners and the employees. But for you, the buyer, they might be the best opportunity you will ever see. Just make sure you understand why the doors are closing before you drive off the lot. Because the same problems that killed the dealership might follow you home in the vehicle. Stellantis reports its next quarterly earnings in 6 weeks. If those numbers come in bad, more dealers go under and more fire sales start popping up across the country. Subscribe so you catch that breakdown before the lots go quiet.